In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Micro 2, the small and affordable slider from Zeapon. Hello, my name's Stuart Wood and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the Micro 2 from Zeapon. This is a small but very versatile slider from Zeapon. Now, Zeapon were kind enough to give me this slider for review. I haven't purchased it, however I have fell in love with it. So why would you want a slider? Well, a slider will give you that little extra in your B-roll, such as instead of having a static shot of the product, as in this shot, you can now move your camera very easily and very stable from left to right. But it doesn't just do that, it does a whole lot more, which we will get into later on in the video. Zeapon also sent me the Easy Lock 2 as well, and this is a very good little tool to have as well. We are going to be setting these up in this video, and I'm going to show you the pros and the cons to everything that I'm showing you here. Now, if you are interested in this slider, you can check out the description below where there will be some links to Zeapon to purchase this slider. Let's start with the base first. This is the Easy Lock 2, and it's a fabulous little low-level tripod. You can put your slider on here for a low-level shot if you want to get really low down to the ground, and I've used it on a couple of shots. I haven't used it in any videos yet because, again, I'm waiting for the weather to get a little bit better before we get outside to start season 2 of Macro Adventures. But I can guarantee you this will be going with me and will be used in those videos.
You can also unscrew the feet, which gives me the impression that Zeapon are going to give you replacement feet, maybe with spikes to give you better grip.
There's also this little gizmo here, it's like an Allen key. I haven't used it. I would have thought it would have been a lot better if you had a flathead on there so that you're able to tighten this nut, this adapter. So to undo this plate here, we have a little locking mechanism here, just undo it. However, we've got to be warned, there's no safety rig on here. Now, if the legs are closed, it's not going to come off. If you're carrying it around like this and you haven't got it quite secure, this can drop off. So I do prefer to have some sort of safety mechanism, but apart from that, I've had no issues with it. And the good thing about this is this will fit onto your tripod. So I can clip that in. There we go. I have the Manfrotto quick release system on here. So now we have that base plate that is on there. And again, the slider, the main thing we want to look at, fits nicely onto there. So let's get the slider fitted onto this tripod now. I'm going to show you some cool things you can do with this slider. So while I'm fitting it, I'll give you some tech specs about this slider.
The slider incorporates a single length but double distance slide. The length of the slider is 33 centimeters. However, the total running length of the slider is 54 centimeters.
You've got a mini slider, but it will traverse a lot longer than what the slider looks. This is what I was talking about. I have to use a screwdriver now to tighten that up. Whereas if this was a screwdriver, you know what I mean? Come on, man, make it happen. And this is one of those items you would have for just 1 or 2 shots that you would have in your entire video. So when I go outside, I've got to make sure I don't do every single slot to be a slider shot, because that's just going to be overkill then, isn't it? So there's our slider mounted onto the tripod with the Easy Lock system underneath. Very slim and compact. And it all fits into this nice handy little carry bag as well, which is great. So I'm not going to get it all filthy. So what we want to do now is I want to put my camera on there. Now you can just mount your camera directly to the slider like that, but that will limit the amount of shots that you can get, the variety of shots you get. So with the Easy Lock, you get a ball head. This ball head is a very good ball head. It's a lot better than the one I'm going to be talking about in another video. So we have our camera on here. It's on the ball head, which is on the slider. And this is where you can start having fun. So the first thing you can do is a simple left to right or right to left pan. And all you got to do is just put your finger on and push it. You see there? And it is very smooth footage. You've seen me use this in the video where I talk about how I get my B-roll. Fantastic little thing. Now, one thing you have to be careful about is if you go too far, you can see I'm holding the tripod down here. If you go too far, it is possible that the tripod can fall over. So If you are purchasing this slider, make sure you've got a tripod that can hold the weight and support it. This tripod is quite sturdy and it seems to be doing a very good job. However, my Manfrotto tripod that the EOS R is on at the moment, that sometimes can fall over. And to note as well, the slider has a lock on it, so at the moment I can't move it. You see? Because there's this locking mechanism, you have to unlock it to allow it to slide, which is another great feature. So with this shot, you can move your camera in and out. And because it is a micro slider, this means if you're doing a push or a pull move with your camera, the slider is not going to come into view. The slider has 36 bearings for better movement. Polymer pulleys ensure a greater rate capacity. The slider incorporates industrial belt dampening pulleys, using high-strength fibre reinforced rubber belts to drive the fluid dampening pulleys smooth, quiet and shock absorbent. More durable and fluid and silent. And this thing, it's great. I mean, just pushing one finger, away it slides. There's no juddering, there's no shaking. I think it's a fantastic little piece of kit for your bag. Another shot that I like is the one that I showed you on the B-roll film, where you move the slider left and right, but at the same time you're panning your camera. That's possibly one of my most favourite shots of this slider, is being able to do that. And I just think that shot just brings your B-roll to life, particularly if you're working with jumping spiders, for instance, because sometimes the jumping spiders will get that relaxed they won't move. And since they've got no eyelids, they don't blink, which means your video can look like a static image, like a picture. So by using the slider, I'm able to indicate that this is indeed a live spider, and the video just looks better if there's a little bit of movement in there. I'm not keen on a static shot.
Another shot I like to do with this slider is moving from one object to another, like this example here where I'm moving from a flower to a mantis.
Now, as you know, a lot of the time I'm a one-man band, which means I'm on my own when I'm doing my recordings. So this is a really cool shot. I haven't used it too many times, but what I can do is angle my slider to a very small angle. Again, I am locked on here. Okay, I can then level off my camera like that. And what this will do, it will be a gravity fed slider shot. So I can let go of this now and just let it move on its own. And now I can get a nice B-roll shot of me walking past the camera, or I can get a shot of the camera panning in front of my face. And the slider will move at a different speed depending on how much of a slant you put your camera on. So this one will move a lot quicker than the previous one. I'll put that all the way up the top there. Are you ready? And I'm holding the tripod with my other hand, okay, just to brace it. Let that go, and here it comes. You can also use this for the push and pull movement as well. Very versatile, and being able to just get it on and off of my tripod is great. The slider's weight itself is 1.1 kilograms. It can safely support a capacity of up to 5 kilograms and a maximum of 8 kilograms. With the EOS R, this slider performs perfectly. They're a perfect match for each other. So one little feature that I liked about this slider is it has an automatic dust scraper. At the sides of these rails, there's a little padded foam of some sort, but as you move the slider back and forth, it automatically cleans the slider for you. And with me being in my dusty bedroom, that's a plus point all the way. So who do I think this slider is for? This slider is for anybody who wants to add that little bit of movement into their video or their B-roll. I'm going to be taking this out during the spring, summer and autumn to do the new season of macro adventures. You're going to see that incorporated quite a lot into those videos, I suspect. Between this and my Ronin S, we're going to be getting some fantastic B-roll shots. So that's it for my review for the Micro 2 from Zeapon. Again, check the link out in the description below. If you're looking to get into the video side of macro, then this is a definite must-have in my opinion to make your shots look just that little bit better. So what did you think of the Micro 2? Have you seen my B-roll? Do you like the footage? Let me know in the comments below, but for now I will leave you there. I want to thank you for getting to the end of this video, My name's Stuart Wood, and again, as always, I'll see you in the next video. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the So there's our slider mounted onto the trailer. The Zeapon, they send a which means if you're doing which means if you're doing a push or pull as I said, I'm going to be taking this out during the new spring summer term. I'm not at school. You do get a bit of movement, and that's, you know, it's basically because with macro you're so again, Zeapon, make this into a flathead so that we can tighten up the